My name is Afeso A. I'm a writer and a documentary filmmaker. I do a lot from writing to making of documentary films. As a matter of fact, I consider what I do as storytelling. Storytelling in the sense that it includes writing and making documentary films. I have a number of books to my credit. I have a number of op-ed articles that come up often in a handful Nigerian publication. I have contributed to 2 international anthologies, one in India which was published in 2017 called Other Windows. We were 44 writers from across the world that contributed in that project. As a matter of fact, I was the only black person in that project. Then there was another that I contributed in South Africa which was published in the US in 2015. It's called The Bundle of Joy and Other Stories from Africa. In that, we were 38 writers from 16 countries drawn from the African continent. And I've also written like 5 books. I've written a number of short stories, one of which won an award in 2015. That is the World Masters Writers Challenge competition, which my story titled That Sunday Afternoon won. So basically, I'm a storyteller that merges writing with I started telling story as far back as 2012. I wrote my first book in 2012 titled Cold Black Night. I've always wanted to write and I've always wanted to tell stories. As a young child, I'll pick any piece of paper on the floor and try to scribble some stuff on it and or try to decipher what is written on it. So I've always known that I wanted to tell stories. So but my first commercial book came out in 2013, which is Cold Black Night, which was published by Rasmed Publishers in Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. My second work came out in 2014, titled November 5. Then ever since, I've gone on to write a number of books. Like I said in my opening speech, I've also contributed to 2 international anthologies, and I've written so many articles in the blogs, in the newspapers, and so on. But the basic thing that inspires me is the quest or the desire to tell the stories of people. I look around me, I look around the world, and I see that a lot of people go through a lot of things. So I believe by storytelling, you are able to tell people that whatever it is that they are going through, they are not the only ones going through it. There's somebody somewhere who has gone through it and has overcome it. So storytelling helps you put things in perspective for the general public. It also helps you tell the average man on the street that, look, if you have no food today, there's someone who had no food at some point, or later had food. So my greatest inspiration and motivation for storytelling is the desire to tell people that they are not alone in whatever it is that they are going through. Storytelling has changed my life in a very significant way, in the sense that it has put me in a point where I put myself in the characters of the stories I tell. And anytime I make a documentary film, I put myself in the shoes of those I'm telling their stories. We did a documentary in March 2015 about the child witches who have been killed in Akwa Ibom State as we speak. And when I decided to tell their stories, I met the victims of this abuse one-on-one. And I realized that what they are going through is the inhuman treatment they are going through is something that actually radicalized my way of thinking, to wanting to help people and wanting to bring the searchlight to their stories. So storytelling has changed my life significantly in the sense that it has put me in the shoes of the characters whose stories I've tried to depict in my books and my videos. This is a book that I wrote titled Agony of the Condemned. This book is set to be launched in the first quarter of next year. It is a story about the child abuse in southern Nigeria, Akwa Ibom State to be precise. It is a book about the child witches killings that is being inspired by religious charlatans as we speak. This book will be released in the first quarter of next year. Then this is a book about my town, Ososo, a scenic town of streams and rocks caught within undulating sumericaes in southern Nigeria. This book was released last year, 2019, and it was also launched to international acclaim. These are just 2 of my works, but check my name online, Afeso A. You see a lot of my articles, short stories, My inspiration can come from anywhere. Inspiration for telling stories, for making videos can come from anywhere. I can wake up in the morning, just going about on the street and see a bird flying. I can get inspiration from there to tell my readers, make my readers see that they can soar as far as they like to the skies. I can also see two ants working together, two ants trying to pull some kind of food or pull some kind of obstacle, and I can be inspired from that and tell my readers or my viewers that look, no matter what you want to do, if you unite together, you can get it, you can achieve it. So anything, basically anything can actually inspire me. Okay, I tell stories often, I write often, and I make videos as often as I can. Like I said, there was a writer who said the only way to learn how to write is to write. So as a writer, you should read as widely as you can, and as a writer, you should write as often as you can. You should get to a point in your life where not writing is a problem. Not writing is a problem. In other words, some writers, for them writing is a problem, but I have reached a point in my life where not writing is actually a problem. So I write as often as I can, and I make videos as often as I can. Yeah, the tips or the advice I have for upcoming creative minds, especially in Nigeria, who are focused, whose major is writing and making things, is to stay focused and try as much as possible to be best in what you do. Gone are the days where very few people write and very few people tell stories and make videos. Today, everybody wants to create content. Now, for you to be among the best content creators in this country, you have to strive as much as possible to be one of the best. And for you to be one of the best, you have to stay focused and continue to study, continue to learn the new tricks, continue to learn new ropes, and the sky will not just be the limit, it will be a starting point. Well, the only thing I want, there's basically nothing I want Crafters TV to know, but the only thing I have to say to Crafters TV is keep up the good job you are doing. You are trying to showcase some of the creative minds around here to the world. Just keep it up, and let me say the sky is your starting point as well.